Place 2 bricks against the wall, and then placing the heel of your hand into the brick, pressing down and forward, the brick down and forward into the wall. Step back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Really press the heel of the hand into the brick to get the elongation of the spine, and taking the heels back and down towards the floor. Front thighs moving back, or the inner thighs back towards the wall behind you. Then step forward into Uttanasana. Bring your bricks vertical. Lengthen the spine forward, sternum forward. Lift and spread the abdomen back to the spine. Tadasana. Arms in Ardha Uttanasana. Really reach into your fingertips as you press into your heels. And then taking the arms out to the side, palms to the ceiling, and in a big wide circle into Ardha Uttanasana. And if you can, into Urdhva Namaskar Asana, bringing the palms together. Once more. Those of you with back issues, low back, middle back, upper back, take your feet apart. Those with shoulder issues, don't bring the hands to palms together, just keep the palms apart. This variation of Asana, Paschimottanasana Asana, you want to lift the upper arms away from the trunk. Changing the grip. Showing here with feet apart. Keep rolling the shoulders back and down towards the waist as you lift the arms. Just moving the bricks out of the way so they don't hurt you. Feet apart. Lifting the arms up and over the back now as you bring the trunk towards the thighs. Legs vertical. To try and get those upper arms down towards the floor. Palms should be together here. Coming up, changing the grip of the fingers. Coming forward, taking the arms up and over. Kneecaps well engaged, front thighs lifted. Taking a chair now for Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana 1. So I take a blanket to steady the chair. You can use a dining room chair, or any other high surface. You could even put your heel on a window ledge. Just showing how you thread the yoga strap, goes in close to the webbing and out again like you're threading a needle. Heel against the wall and on top of the blanket. 3 ways to hold the strap here. Make sure that the strap is on the heel, front of the heel. So gripping the strap, making sure that the vertical leg is vertical, the front of the vertical leg moving back. Outer right hip, the lifted leg here, down towards the floor. You're pulling on the strap, bringing that right leg, lifted leg, back into its hip socket. And then slipping your fingers in and thumb and index finger around, or just pulling on the strap with your fingers. Changing legs. It might get hot here, so you might need to take off some clothes. Pull on the strap, press the heel into the strap as you pull on the strap, and the front of the right thigh moving back. Trunk, sternum, chest well lifted. Now Parshvahasta Padangustasana to the side. Again, strap around the heel. The blanket on the top of the chair is also very nice for the heel. Then the heel doesn't get caught by the sharpness of the chair. And either taking the arm into the center of the room or bending the elbow and placing the hand onto the hip for shoulder issues. Outer right hip descending. Changing sides. Make sure that the standing leg is directly underneath its hip. And that the front thigh moving back and the outer left hip descending. Right arm into the center of the room and turn to look towards the center of the room, away from the lifted leg. Lengthen both sides of the trunk evenly. Parivrtta Padangustasana. So you're going to hold the strap, your right leg's lifted, hold the strap with your left hand and open the whole trunk and arm away from the raised leg into the center of the room. Revolve in the waist, the chest. And then change sides. Parivrtta means twisted, revolved action. Firm on the right thigh, lift the standing leg. Firm on the left leg too. And then revolving from the right to the left. Revolve in the waist, chest. Right shoulder blade onto the back body. Uttita Trikonasana now, you move the chair so that it is behind you. So from Tadasana, lift your chest, step out, turn the right leg out, left leg in, inhale. As you exhale, first place the right hand onto the seat of the chair, left arm up towards the ceiling, really stretch into your left fingers, all the way to the tips of the left fingers. Once the opening comes, you can keep on going lower towards the floor, maybe even get your fingertips onto the floor. Uttita Trikonasana, your chest is revolving here up towards the ceiling. Bring the legs, feet to face forward, and then you turn your left leg out and your right foot slightly in. Inhale. As you exhale, go into the pose. Uttita Trikonasana. First high, lower, finally lower if you can. Turn the chest, turn the waist. Look up towards the top fingertips. Inhale, come up. Jump or step your feet together. If you've got back injury, you definitely want to step your feet, not jump. Parivrtta Trikonasana. So start off with the hips facing forward, and then you twisting towards your right. Make sure that the back heel is on the floor and the front of the left hip is lifted, doesn't collapse there. You're placing the elbow onto the seat of the chair and you're pushing back with the right hand against the backrest of the chair. Inhale, come up. To the other side. Let's move the chair so that the elbow is about in line with the left shin. Left hand pushing into the backrest of the chair. Inhale, come up. Step or jump the feet together. Showing from a different angle and doing it for a second time. And bringing the forearm now onto the seat of the chair and using the top hand, the left hand, to push away so that it gives you that revolving action. You want to revolve here from the right to the left. Legs very steady, very firm. Draw the navel to the spine as you revolve towards the ceiling. Adho Mukha Svanasana. First Adho Mukha or Ardha Uttanasana, and then coming to roll over your toes. Hips onto the backrest of the chair, chest well lifted, roll the shoulders back and down. And roll back over your toes into Ardha Uttanasana. And then doing that again now with the pelvis moving to the seat of the chair. So this in-between pose of Adho Mukha Svanasana or Ardha Uttanasana, and then coming forward and taking your hips towards the seat of the chair and really pressing the heel of the hand into the chair and lifting the chest. And then roll back up and over into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Traction action, Supta Padangustasana, starting off with the strap around your left heel and the front of your right thigh. You can make a big loop with a scarf, although it's not going to have the same effect as a yoga strap. And you'd need a really long scarf. I'll show you how we do the traction action. You start with the knees bent and feet into the floor and push yourself away from the wall. Strap around the left heel and the front of the right thigh. Nice tight strap. What's very nice about the belt is that you can keep tightening it until you get the desired traction on the top of your right thigh. It'll lengthen the right waist. Ekapada Pavana Muktasana, so right knee to your chest. And slipping your right foot into the belt and around the front of the left thigh. So now the left knee is towards the chest. Really working at getting the back of the right thigh down into the floor. And slipping in your left foot, front of the right thigh. And here's that second belt that's going around your front of your right heel. Left front thigh firmly into the floor. And then taking the right leg to the right for Pajva Supta Padangustasana. Leg back to the center, back to you, showing how the right leg can descend and the left front thigh. You have to really work at bringing that leg down. And now if you can, go right over, bringing the right foot to the floor just for a moment. Left hip might lift slightly there. Showing from a different angle. Right. Get that strap right into the crease of the hip. Ekapada Pavanamuktasana. And strap around the front of the heel. Stay in these poses a while. That's when you get the most benefit of. And then holding the strap, right arm out to the side. Asana. Here's where you can take the foot right to the floor, even if the front of the right thigh comes off. And then once it comes off, then you work it back down to the floor. And strap over both heels for Urdhva Prasarita Padasana. Coming to Dvipada Pavanamuktasana. Either hold behind the knees or in front of the shins. Arms out to the side, palms to the ceiling. Taking your knees first to one side and then to the other. Taking my knees to the left here just to show you. As you take your knees to the left, rest your knees right knee on top of the left here. Revolve in the chest from the left to the right. So there's a twisting action in the trunk here. Back to the center and then to the left. Keep both shoulders on the floor. You can even place your right hand on top of your knee to get more twisting action, more parivrita action. Showing you from behind. Your knees to your chest. Hug your knees to your chest. Revolve in the abdomen from the right to the left as you take your knees to the right. Try and get your knees to your right elbow. Revolving to the left, knees to the left elbow, Urdhva Prasarita Padasana, and then Jatara Parivartanasana with straight legs. So you've just done with bent knees, now we do with straight legs. And here you want to bring the legs first to the chest and then revolving in the abdomen, taking the legs towards the left wrist. And the legs stay suspended, they don't rest on the floor. And knee to your nose and then roll over to your side. And we get the chair again for chair Sarvangasana. If you're not sure how to do this, if you've never done it with an Iyengar teacher, I suggest that maybe you leave this part out and then do just with backs of your knees resting onto the seat of the chair, and then we'll do some forward bends. You can catch up then. We need a bolster for this, and to place the bolster in front of the seat of the chair. And I like to put a mat onto the seat of the chair. So if you have a spare mat, fold it in cotton, put it onto the seat of the chair. So I'm going to show you from the side view and sitting on the chair and hooking the backs of the knees onto the backrest of the chair. And the trick here is to go down and let the head touch the bolster, then you know where you are. And then you can move your hips to the edge of the seat of the chair and come onto the bolster with the back of the head onto the floor. Here I've just placed my chair in a way so that my heels can rest onto the ledge of the window, or you could have your feet against the wall. Your hands are reaching towards the back legs of the chair. Your legs are well engaged here, rolling your inner thighs down towards the chair, seat of the chair. Front thighs well engaged, kneecaps well engaged. If you have the flexibility in the shoulders, you can take the forearms underneath the bar that's at the front of the chair, if you have a yoga chair. And then this variation, which is Viparita, taking the legs vertical. You can see the back is arched here, chest well lifted. Strong action in the shoulders, so the upper arms are pressing down, shoulder blades onto the back body and lifting up. And then release your arms for the Niralamba, so gripping the seat of the chair and lifting your hips forward and up. And really lifting as high as you can with the legs. The inner line of the leg lifting from the inner groin, inner knee, inner heel, up towards the ceiling. Press the big toe, as if you're pressing the big toe ball mount into the ceiling. And you pressing down on the seat of the chair, that'll give you the lift of the chest. Back into Salamba Sarvangasana. And then this variation with the feet together, so Baddha Uttanasana with the arms out to the side. It's a very relaxing pose on the shoulders, also an inversion, so very good for you. Placing the feet on the seat of the chair and then pushing yourself down till your hips are resting on the bolster. And then you're going to lift the bolster, just move it out of the way and rest the backs of the knees onto the chair, and then just hook the ankles onto the side arms of the chair, knees out to the side, abdomen soft, lower back spread and resting onto the floor. Bring your knees together, hug your knees to your chest, Vipada Pavana rolling to your side. You can stay in that pose a lot longer than I've shown here. So coming into some forward bends now, and to sit on the bolster and stretch your legs forward. Starting off in Paschimottanasana, take your feet as wide as the edge of the chair, so you can press the calves into the legs of the chair. You might need to have your chair closer. You might even need to have more support onto the seat of the chair. You want to achieve the length of the spine. Janyashishasana. Top of the right shin into the floor. Revolve in the abdomen from right to left. Left leg is very firm. You're resting the forehead just on the edge of the seat of the chair, or on more height if you need. Let the breath be soft and even. Slipping to the right slightly so that you've got enough space to take the left leg into Janu-Shirshasana, bent leg, and then going forward. Find the length in the spine, the length in the sternum, lifting forward as if it's going towards the backrest of the chair. Inhale, come up. Adho Uttanasana, both legs straight. So I'm sliding just slightly off the bolster. And that gives you that action of the hips rolling forward. And still lifting the abdomen towards the spine. Adho Mukha Svanasana, legs crossed. Top buttock flesh descending, sacrum moving in and lifting up, lumbar spine moving away from the hips. There's that continual extension from the lumbar spine up the back body. Remembering to change the cross of the legs. Coming to Adho Uttanasana, you can sit higher here for those of you with knee issues. Soles of your feet pressing into each other, especially the heels pressing into each other. Buttocks descending, lumbar spine lifting. Shoulders descending. Upavishta Konasana, chest lifted, inhale, and then as you exhale, go forward. You press your chin into the seat of the chair, that will move your dorsal spine in, and then resting the forehead onto the seat of the chair. Lift the front ribs into the body, abdomen, lift the navel towards the spine. Abdomen spread and lifting towards the spine. Inhale, come up. Chair Shavasana. For Chair Shavasana, you lie on your back and you bring the backs of your knees into the edge of the chair. And then you could have the bolster right into the hips if that feels good for you. Or rest the bolster onto your shins. That weight of the bolster is very comforting. And then take as long as you need here in Shavasana, at least 5-10 minutes. Very nice for the lower back, very nice for the hips, this pose. You could also take a blanket for your head, so that head and neck are supported. Allowing the abdomen to rest and spread towards the spine. Shoulders releasing, soft. Eyes soft. Tongue passive. Relaxed. And when you're ready, you can bend your knees to your chest, move the bolster to the side. Come to sit for a breath or two in Vajrasana, sitting onto your heels. Namaste. Thank you.